guy dresses up like a bat clearly has issues.
What's going on, everybody? I am now the new Bruce Wayne. I got replaced with a different actor. And I'm going to get my own trilogy. And then whenever I turn into Batman, my voice is going to drastically change. I'm Batman. That's correct. I am jumping into the Nolan trilogy today with top moments from Batman Begins. Let's get into this. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Continuing my top moments in the Batman franchise. Today, diving into the first of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy with Batman Begins. This came out in 2005, and we got a new Batman once again, this time being played by Christian Bale. This movie also stars Katie Holmes. We also get Gary Oldman. We get Cillian Murphy. We get Liam Neeson. It's a great cast of characters that was put together for this film, and I can't wait to talk about this with you guys. So here we go. All right, top moments in this film. First off, I'm going to start with, the main awesomeness of this movie, and I'm going to go Christian Bale as Batman. I know he gets a lot of shit. I know a lot of people don't like him as Batman. They like him as Bruce Wayne, but not as Batman. I'm the opposite. I love him as both. He's my favorite Batman. He's my favorite Bruce Wayne until anybody else comes along and dethrones him. Just my opinion. He just does a great job. I think he's a fantastic Bruce Wayne. He's a typical playboy, buying this, buying that. But that doesn't come until after, after the development of the beginning. He goes to Ra's al Ghul's, the League of Shadows. He followed Liam Neeson. We follow them throughout this movie, and it definitely develops into how he becomes Batman. Obviously, he's afraid. He lives with fear, and like Ra's al Ghul tells him, he needs to get over his fear, and stand up for himself. And that's whenever he goes to the League of Shadows. He fights. He does everything, but he doesn't agree with their philosophy of going back and trying to destroy Gotham. That's not what he's about. He's about, making Gotham a better place and bringing justice to the people, who are the criminals, not just every ordinary normal people. So I love that. I love his character. There's just so much. It's just layers on top of layers for Bruce Wayne, and I love every single minute of it. Definitely a better introduction to the character than we've ever had before. It kind of just jumped into the thing. This shows how he's molded into it, how he got all of his gadgets and whatnot. Speaking of that, another Lucius Fox, played by the amazing Morgan Freeman. Anything Morgan Freeman's in is guaranteed to be amazing because he's an amazing actor, and he owns it again. And Michael Caine also as Alfred J. Pennyworth. Another great casting selection. It's badass. It is badass. So you gotta put Christian Bale at the top of the list for top moments, even though it's not really a moment. It's just you had to. It's Christian Bale. He's amazing. It's American Psycho. Another top moment for me is whenever we see him as Batman, and he went to, I guess it was like a big Falcone, the drug family. There was like a big drug deal coming in off a cargo ship or something, and then Batman shows up. You don't know where he's at. They're like, where is he? And then he pops up behind him. He's like, I'm right here. And he freaking beats the shit out of all of them. And then, Falcone gets in his limo. He thinks he's gonna be all right. Batman, bam, gets him, pulls him out of the sunroof, and he's like, who are you? I'm Batman. And then after he's done doing all that fighting, he ties him to the big projector light and creates the Batman symbol in the sky. But it's like, kind of not perfect. Not like in the comic books, and not like in, Batman Begins and Batman Returns. Not like in Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. It's kind of abstract, and I love it. Falcone's just hanging there. That's a great scene because that's when we get to see Batman for the first time in this trilogy. And it's amazing. I think he looks great. He's not, obviously, they probably won't say he's as iconic as back in 1989, but I thought he was great. I love the costume. I love the gadgets. I love that we get to see him get his gadgets and put them on and stuff. It's a great scene. It's dark. This movie's probably, all three of these are really dark movies. Definitely a different tone than Tim Burton and Schumacher were going for. That was definitely a more comic book world. This is more of a grounded approach where it seems real. Like, this is everyday, normal stuff that could happen. Like Gotham, for instance. Not the comic book, fun, weird buildings, weird architecture. No, it's just a regular city like New York or Chicago, and it's just, I like that. I like that more grounded approach for sure. So, top moment's definitely the first time we see Batman on screen, taken down finally. Another top moment for me in this movie would be when the Scarecrow, played by Cillian Murphy, who was very underutilized in this film, in my opinion. I don't think he was in it nearly enough. The costume that he had was amazing. He looked like a normal, the man in the mask, kind of right there behind me, except for a little bit more tattered and rustic. But I really like the look of the Scarecrow, and especially when he pumps in that nerve toxin and gets you seeing things differently, and then he looks really creepy. He has like bugs coming out of his mask and shit, and everything gets all like trippy. I love the nerve agent stuff that he shoots out. It's freaking amazing. And that's what he did to Batman. So I do like that scene whenever the Scarecrow and his gang of thugs, because everybody has gangs of thugs in these movies, they're at that one apartment, and then Batman shows up, and then he sprays him with the stuff, and he starts freaking out, and then he pours the alcohol on him, and he says, "Lighten up." Lights him on fire. Batman falls out the window because obviously he's just starting to learn how to do these things. So he's not perfect yet. But I do love that scene. Once again, they don't care. They will kill Batman. They don't give a shit. Shows how evil the Scarecrow is. Even though, like I said, he's not utilized nearly enough, as cool as he was. He's in Batman The Dark Knight as well, but just not enough. And he's in The Dark Knight Rises, but he's just not in them enough for me, personally. So I gotta go top moment when Batman gets lighten up in the apartment. Probably, there's a bunch of moments in this movie, so I can't talk about all of them. But probably my final top moment for me would be the final fight scene between Ra's al Ghul and Batman. On the subway train, it's heading towards Wayne Tower to, blow up the water system and put the toxin throughout Gotham and have the city tearing itself apart, which it already started to do on the other part of the island. I love that scene. It's a good fight. It's, we got Gary Oldman as commissioner. No, he's not. He's Lieutenant Gordon, driving around the new Batmobile, which is badass, by the way. Can you drive stick? He's freaking driving it all around, shooting down the bridge pillars that hold it up so that it breaks so the train can't make it there, while Batman is still fighting. The guy who taught him, Ra's al Ghul. He doesn't believe in what Ra's al Ghul stands for, so he's here to face his fears and take him down. And I love the part when he has him on the ground and Ra's al Ghul looks ahead and he sees the tracks are out, and then he knows that Bruce Wayne and Batman are not about killing. So, I love this line. He says, "I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you." Then he freaking puts his cape out like this and flies out the back of the subway car. Oh, it's so amazing. As Ra's al Ghul just looks ahead, closes his eyes, and subway train goes off the tracks into the ground, killing Ra's al Ghul, which sets up for the later sequels in this trilogy. Beautifully set up by Mr. Christopher Nolan. Great world building here. Great everything. So that was definitely my top moment of this movie. And another great quote from the movie, ladies and gentlemen, is, "It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you." Another great quote. All these movies have like a quote throughout, and that was this movie's. But it was fantastic. I love this movie very, very much. I didn't realize I did until I rewatched it. It's a great movie. Like, I used to put this one well underneath the others in this trilogy, but I think it's right there with them. it's the combination of Cillian Murphy and Liam Neeson works so greatly as the Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul. It's fantastic. They're I don't even my favorite character. This one's tough because I like them all. I love Gary Oldman. You know, I love Lieutenant Gordon. I love the Scarecrow. I love Ra's al Ghul. I love Batman. So this one I'm gonna have to go with Bruce Wayne. Not Batman in this one, Bruce Wayne. Just the development, what he goes through, facing his fears, all of his training, leading up to becoming Batman. And then obviously we get the Playboy stuff, and I'm rich, and you know, we love that stuff too. But this one shows him in a different light, as a, you know, somebody who's down, you know, a normal person just trying to fight for what's right, get over his fears, and bring justice to Gotham. And I love that. We get to see him down at his lowest, and then as he rises, get it, rises, that'll come later. There's no time for fear. Fear comes later. I'm gonna go with Bruce Wayne as my favorite character. And as for a rating for Batman Begins, I'm gonna give this puppy a 4.5 out of 5 bat rating, ladies and gentlemen. It is pretty much perfect. Pretty much. I think little things here and there I'd like to change, which would raise it to a 5. But overall, I have a blast with this movie. So I need to know, what are your thoughts about Batman Begins? Do you like it as much as you did before? Upon a couple rewatches, it dropped for you? Who's your favorite character? I need to know these things. And what are your top moments from Batman Begins? As I continue along the journey of top moments in the Batman franchise. Next after this, moving on to... and I thought my jokes were bad. Moving on to The Dark Knight. Oh, by the way, the end of this movie, when they slip in the card and he says, flips it over and it has the Joker on it, you know where this shit's going, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna get fucking wily in a little bit. But definitely remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, it means the world to me, and I'll keep pumping these out for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. I gotta go. I'm Batman.